Chris, isn't this the absolute most coolest thing you've ever seen?
This is amazing.
You know, at Life Seasons, we have 4 core philosophies. The first is we believe in a naturopathic approach, which is opposite of allopathic. Allo comes from the Greek word allos, which means it's to force or push against suffering. A naturopathic approach uses nature and looks for the underlying causes to a chronic disease or situation and be able to heal from the inside out. Our second thing, Chris, is we use an eclectic approach.
Eclectic means that we use various things to heal the body. So, for instance, in our formulas, we're not necessarily an herbal line or a vitamin line, but we use herbs, we use vitamins, we use minerals, we use amino acids, probiotics, digestive enzymes, all of that being eclectic.
Yeah, and we want it in its natural form so it's non-invasive to the body. The other thing that we utilize is what we call doctrines of signature. For thousands of years, practitioners would look at the color of the plant, its growing conditions, the shape, its sizes, and it would give you indications on what that plant was used for. A very simple one would be a carrot. Slice a carrot, look at it, looks like the iris of an eye. A ginkgo biloba leaf, which is bilobed. If you cut the slice of your brain like this, it would look just like the brain and the brain stem if you laid them out together. One of my favorite is rhodiola. Rhodiola grows up in very high altitudes, very stressful growing conditions, and it's always adapting to stress. Well, what this wonderful plant has learned how to do in adapting to stress, we as humans get the benefit of this wonderful adaptogen for stress. And we're here in Grenada, and I'll bet you we can find some doctrines of signature right here, Chris.
Absolutely. We have cayenne pepper right here.
Okay.
Right? And cayenne, as we know, cayenne is red in color. It's hot, but cayenne, one of Dr. John Christopher's favorite herbs. And he considers that an amazing stimulant, but it keeps things moving throughout our body. It helps to balance the blood, so to speak.
Right, and being the color of blood. We're here on a cocoa farm in Grenada where they produce the best cocoa in all the world. We have been eating inside these cocoa, and this is like the food from the gods. And I mean, when they say that, it really is the food for the gods. But Chris, what's theobromine for? I mean, what cocoa's for? And then how is this a doctrines of signature?
Yeah, theobromine is, it actually is in the cocoa plant, and it's in a 10-to-1 ratio of theobromine to caffeine. You get the central nervous system effect without the stimulant of the caffeine. One of the things that we know is it helps with serotonin levels. It helps to release endorphins. It also helps to release another chemical called PEA, or phenylethylamine. And so we know it's very, very good for brain health. So if we take the cocoa pod, right?
It looks like a skull almost.
Looks like a skull. Yep. Break it open, and inside you have the cocoa pods, which look like somewhat like a brain.
Yeah, okay? Look at that.
The second place we have a high amount of neurotransmitters is in our gut, right? So you first break this open. Darren said, Chris, looks like a brain, looks like a small intestines as well. So as far as absorption goes.
Absolutely. The last core philosophy of Life Seasons is we build everything to tonics. Traditional Ayurvedic medicine and traditional Chinese medicine, their highest form of medicine was tonics. Their belief was that the body is the greatest healer that there is, and by supporting it with nutrition and nutrients, the body would bring itself back into balance and to be able to achieve optimum health.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tonics are the way to go.
You know, there's a couple other things here. This is the allspice tree here. This is so cool. The nutmeg, which is native here to Grenada. Chris, what do you got there?
This is actually a cinnamon stick. So what they do is they score this and then score here, slice, and then you have the cinnamon so you can put it in a tea.
Yeah, smell that, man.
Very strong. So you can put this in a cup of tea, right?
Yep.
And make cinnamon tea. And if you're a really big person, you can use this to make a really big cup of tea.
That's true. Chris, what else do we got here?
So we have turmeric.
Turmeric, yeah.
Right, so turmeric, if you can see just how vibrant orange it is.
Organically grown here on Belmont Estate, correct? Yeah, and actually this is in our mobility formula.
So here we have ginger, and if you could taste that, Darren tasted it, and I tasted it earlier. Woo! And one of the things is it's spicy to the tongue, and
it's strong.
It is very strong. We have ginger in digestivity. that formula. And we have the digestive blend, we have the probiotic blend, but then we have the herbal blend. And that herbal blend, the ginger, helps to soothe the stomach. We also know it helps with circulation.
What else do we got here, Chris?
We have a bar of chocolate right here. It tastes very, very good.
Oh, that's, yeah,
this was just used as a prop, but it's from Belmont Estate.
Yeah.
Belmont Estate has actually been around since the late 1600s and have been producing cocoa for over 300 years.
Organic cocoa.
Organic
and it's
cocoa.
the largest organic cocoa farm
in Grenada.
In Grenada.
All of the things that we've talked about today, they're all organically grown.
And we really want to thank Belmont Estate for allowing us to be here and to utilize all their organic herbs and spices and to view and tour their cocoa plant. It's truly amazing.
Thank you guys so much.